We've certainly come off the bottom or the lows of last year when pretty much the whole world got shut down, but it's still very sporadic, and we see it very mixed in different parts of the world. We are seeing strong activity in the Middle East, but we still see some logistical challenges. As an example, in the Middle East market, with some of the countries still not fully open. On the other hand, you look at Asia, and we've got, unfortunately, the second, third, and multiple other waves happening of the virus and its variants. So right now, it's really a question of how fast the vaccination rates take hold, and hopefully get to a point where, for example, in North America, we're really starting to see more signs of normalcy than we've ever seen before.
I also wanted to get your take on what we've seen over the past couple of weeks with Exxon, Chevron and Shell, because it seems like some of your producer customers, the majors and the super majors, are at a bit of an inflection point right now when it comes to the energy transition. And of course, that directly impacts your business. So do you think the spotlight on net zero has changed the investment scenario for the energy sector moving forward?
Look, it's certainly an incredibly important thing. There is no denying that we are in the middle of a transition, and we all have to do our part to make sure that we are running our businesses more sustainably and more responsibly. So in terms of the change in the thesis, look, first of all, there is a fundamental change in the thesis on making sure there's a greater focus on driving returns. And that's something that happened regardless of this. And I think all of us, both on the producer side and on the service side, are very, very focused on that. As regards to the transition itself, look, our primary focus is really, first of all, to support our customers, to make sure that we are driving efficiency and sustainability into our operations to support them. And then second, we are looking at areas where we can drive new niches or new avenues of growth. On the first side, for example, remote operations is a big deal, automation, software applications, and those are things that we are very, very confident of, and think we've got some great offerings. And then on the second part of it, on the energy transition, geothermal is something we're excited about. We've been a leader in the geothermal space for over 20 years. We've done a lot of different projects. That coupled with areas like carbon capture, et cetera, are things that we will be looking with greater emphasis and interest on going into the next several months and quarters.
Girish, I was on a panel only last week with the CEO of Baker Hughes, and I asked him this question. I want to put the same question to you. When you look at this situation with net zero right now and the spotlight on this, the focus on this, why haven't the investment plans of big oil been consistent with how the market views climate risk today? There seems to be a pretty serious disconnect here. So what's going on?
Well, I think each one of our customers is reacting with the maximum set of tools in their arsenal. I think there has been a fairly significant shift, especially if you look over the last 12 to 24 months, with a number of our customers, a lot of the large E&Ps, taking very decisive and very strong steps to address that. But at the same time, look, it doesn't shift overnight, and the world doesn't go to net zero, and doesn't completely go away from hydrocarbons overnight. It's still going to be a very significant and important source of our energy needs, at least for a foreseeable future, while we continue to drive more sustainability and alternative forms. So I think it's a balance, and I think a lot of our customers and a lot of our peers are approaching it with that sense of responsibility, saying we've got to take care of all sides of the equation.